Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Jacob back here for the JTwoH channel, and today we have a Blu-ray review from Warner's. This is actually from the Warner Archive collection side of the Warner Brothers, but this is the complete series of Wait Till Your Father Comes Home on Blu-ray. First time ever on Blu-ray. It might be the first time ever it's a complete compiled in a complete series set. I could be mistaken about that one. I didn't do any preliminary research on that, but we have Wait Till Your Father Comes Home, the complete collection here on Blu-ray from Warner Archive. As I've been doing for about a month or two, we're going to just do the unboxing first. That way, if there's people who are just curious about package art, they can check that out. So there's the spine, which does a good job of keeping the Warner Archive appeal, but also has the logo of the television show. There is the back. We're actually going to skip reading the back, and we're just going to go right to the discs. So this is a 6-disc set. This is the complete series. Now, I don't know. That's 48 episodes. I don't know how many seasons this was. 48 may have just been 2 seasons, 24 episode seasons, but it doesn't differentiate on the disc. So if you look here, there's disc 1 if you want to read that. Those episodes. There's the nice Hanna Barbera logo, of course. And the artwork is the same, but there's disc 2. That is the father and the spouse. Disc 3 and 4. So I didn't know. I knew relatively little about this show, other than it's like I don't even remember the show they compared it to, honestly. But it's like some like the generic, family sitcom, and this is essentially just the animated version of that. Man, it's going to come to me eventually, probably the second I stop recording. But here's the back if you wanted to check that out for, unboxing purposes. But we have 1,175 minute runtime, so quite long. We have this ran from 72 to 74. I'd bet it's 2 seasons. It may not be 24 and 24, but I'd bet if I had to guess. Well, peace, love, and laugh. The age of the Aquarius dawned. Harry Boyle, must be this gentleman, this lucky guy right here, forgot to set his alarm. Inspired by the era of the live-action TV series such as All in the Family, that's what it was, comes the generation gap comedy Wait Till Your Father Comes Home. Tom Bosley provides the voice of Harry, an affable 40-something everyman and suburban father of 3 whose daily routine is anything but when he faces the provocative questions of the make love not war era. Women's lib, civil rights, happiness, sexuality, communes, and the Cold War are some of the hot button pedals in the series' powered laugh fest. They're all part of Harry's world, where a man's home is his hassle. This complete series, set of 2 seasons, doesn't say how they're split, but look at that. I'm correct. 48 episodes is highlighted by guest voice appearances from Monty Hall, Don Knotts, Phyllis Diller, and Rich Little. Special features, animation for The Nation, illustrating the times, how the show's artistic styles perfectly captured this era. That was going to be one of the things I talked about, because, again, I know very little of the show. Everything I know about the backstory was on this synopsis. I did preliminary research, of course, press release, everything else. But I actually saw the first alert about this was on the Warner Archive Collection Facebook page, and I was like, "Oh, this looks interesting." I'm an adult animation fan. Rick and Morty, Simpsons, the Futurama, Bob's Burgers, etc., etc. So I was interested in this. It's okay. Like, again, I only watched a few episodes. I'm not going to say I've watched this entire thing. I've got this relatively recently. My time this year is very slim. But I popped it in and I watched it, and it's appropriate per se for the family. It's a cartoon, so they're semi-drawn in, but then when they realize what the subject matter is, they kind of tune it out. So it's a neat seeing that Hanna Barbera animation with more like an All in the Family, which I'm not super familiar with, but a Grounded for Life, or a Simple Rules, those type of television shows, the classic sitcom, family sitcom, has that vibe, but it's cool because it has the Hanna Barbera animation, which to me, I always harken back to um, the Yogi Bear, that type of thing, and the classic Scooby. And to me, that's what I always think of. But now, as Warner Archive and I have been partnered, I've gotten more of like the Super Friends era, and it's either the Batman or the New Adventures of Batman, but the Hanna Barbera Batman cartoons, and now to see this, it's it's cool to see that Hanna Barbera just kind of evolve. And I say evolve even though this predates me. Obviously, I wasn't born before '74, but it's cool that what I thought was just this one-dimensional thing of these Yogi Bear cartoons is actually there's adult animation, probably one of the first adult animated shows, and classic Batman stuff, and it's just really cool. So I was glad I got a chance to check this out. I'm hopeful that someday I'll be able to finish it. 48 episodes actually isn't that arduous of a task. They're not like typical cartoons. They're the 22-minute like runtime, the fill up a whole time slot um, on a television schedule type of show, which you're accustomed to now. But when in the era of shorts, that may be a bit odd. 1, 2, 3, 8 on a disc. This makes sense. So yeah, other than that, if you're a fan, the quality looks great. The sounds good. I watched it on a PlayStation 5, so upgrade and everything did really well. It's a nicely well done set. It's very simplistic. Play all episodes, or play all episodes and then special features. So I guess maybe they're all on disc 1, because disc 1 I believe had a special features. But yeah, other than that, give this a shot, especially if you're a fan of the show, prior. But big thanks for Warner Brothers for sending me a copy. Thank you guys for watching. If you know things about the show, especially, hey, after, middle of season 1, it hits its stride, or hey, you probably watched the best of the show, let me know. Again, I kind of went in blind, kind of relying on just how it did in my initial reactions. Not something I knew a ton of, and I can preach to you, well, this is the fantastic. No, I'm just being honest. I wasn't aware. So thank you, Warner Brothers, for the opportunity and the chance to check this out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to grab a copy and support this one, it's a Warner Archive, so grab it from Amazon. Link will be in the description. It's not an affiliate link, by the way. I don't get anything from it. I'm not sending you to Amazon because I get a kickback. That's where I buy my stuff, and I know it's legit when it comes from Amazon, and I can trust it. So the Amazon link is in that. If you would like any affiliate links or ways to support the channel, check out the links in the descriptions. All of my social medias, Twitter, Instagram, TV Time, Letterboxd, eBay page, Bluray.com page, and the other the other YouTube channels I run, the secondary and tertiary channels. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you on YouTube.